Hey everybody, what's up? Welcome back to the Chug Nerd YouTube channel. Today we're going to be checking out this guy right here. This is the BC Rich Shredzilla 7 from the Prophecy series. Let's check it out. Alright, welcome back to the Chug Nerd YouTube channel everybody. My name is DJ, I'm a guitarist from the southwest of the UK. I've been playing guitar for about 20 years or so. I play in a band, we're called HollowKin. You can check us out on Spotify and we've got loads of videos on YouTube and stuff as well. It'd be really cool if you wanted to check us out and follow us over on socials. I'll put some links down below so you can find us real easy. Anyway, today's video is going to be taking a look at this. This is a BC Rich Shredzilla 7 from their Prophecy range. And right off the bat, I wanted to let you know this is not a sponsored video. This does not belong to me. This belongs to Bo, who is the other guitarist in HollowKin. Bo has very kindly lent me this guitar so that we can check it out together today. So before we do anything else, let's check out how it sounds in the full mix. Let's go. Okay, two quick things before we start. First thing is, if you're going to enjoy this video, I'd really appreciate it if you wanted to drop me a thumbs up, if you wanted to drop me a comment down below so we can have a conversation about this guitar and some of the things that we're going to talk about in reference to it. And also, if you would be so kind, I would love it if you would subscribe to the channel as well. This is only my 7th or 8th video. It's a really new channel and I'm trying to grow it and grow it and grow it to make a little chug community here on YouTube. Fully aware there's 1,000 million other YouTube guitarists out there, but I just wanted to be another one of them because I do. Reasons. Signal chain for today's video, usual kind of thing, makes a really nice comparison between all my videos because I always use the same setup. It's going to be the guitar going straight into the Focusrite solo interface. From there it's going to be going into GarageBand where I have the Neural DSP SLO Sordano 100 plugin, and that's what all the tones you're going to hear today are coming from. Alright, let's check out some specs for this absolute beast of a guitar. Here we go. So this is the BC Rich Shredzilla 7 from the Prophecy series. This is a mahogany body with an arched burrow top and it labels it as Natia Palaquim mahogany. I don't really know what that means if I'm being completely honest. That's not what I've come across, but we'll just go with mahogany. It's got a 5-piece maple and wenge neck with the Shredzilla ultra slim contour satin finished neck. It's got a scale length of 27 inches and the fretboard material is royal ebony, or pale moon ebony as I've come to know it. Fretboard radius is a bit more of a round one that I'm used to, but still pretty flat at 14 inches. And on the headstock we have got a 7 inline reverse headstock with 24 jumbo frets. Doesn't say what they're made of, so I'm just going to assume they're nickel and we'll leave it at that. It's got a Graphtec nut and a nut width of 2.125 inches. Now, unusually for a guitar in this price point, it doesn't have lumen lace side dots, but what it does have is glow in the dark extreme Shredzilla fret markers with this kind of cool looking lion thing on the first fret. They look really cool. They're like a fleur-de-lis kind of design. The neck joint is a neck through body joint, so it's got super high access, which is awesome. Hardware wise, we've got a black EverTune 8-string bridge with Grover locking Rotomatic 18:1 ratio tuners, a dual action truss rod, and it also comes with Dunlop strap locks with it. From an electronics perspective, we've got DiMarzio direct mount super distortion pickups in both the neck and the bridge, made in the USA. And the controls wise, we've got a volume for the bridge, a separate volume for the neck, and then a master tone with a 3-way blade switch. And both of the volume pots are coil tapped, so that you can have one on humbucker, one on coil tap, or kind of make a mix of whatever you want in between. All of those specifications are lifted directly from the Andertons website, and that is actually where this guitar came from originally, so you know, that makes sense. Alright, let's start with the positives of this guitar, because there are loads. So, I mean, generally speaking, this is just a wicked guitar. It's very, very cool to look at. Now, one thing that Bo has done to this guitar since buying it, being that he's also someone that doesn't like gloss finishes, is he has sanded the top of this to take off the gloss. It had a really high sheen kind of gloss finish. He's taken sandpaper to it to take all that away to make it more of a matte kind of satin finish, and that'll all come up in the B-roll that I'm putting up as well. I think it looks way better because I'm not a big fan of gloss. He thinks it looks way better. It's his guitar, so he can do whatever he wants to it. Yeah, so that is a really obvious thing to know, that when it comes brand new, it comes shiny gloss black. Hardware wise, it's got everything you'd expect it to have. Locking tuners, Graphtec nut, the electronics on the volumes and the tone, and the 3-way blade switch all sound and seem really high quality, really well made and really well put together. I'm going to come on to the EverTune in just a moment, but we'll leave that for now. The pickups are real nice. I'm not the biggest fan of DiMarzio pickups. I've just never really gelled with them. I've used a few different variations of DiMarzio pickups over the years, and these are the super distortions, which I've used before. They're great, they sound really good, they do the job they're designed to do, but for me personally, they are a little bit shrill, a tiny bit thin, and that probably comes from how hot they are, but they're still really good, fit for purpose pickups. I really enjoyed using them, they're just not to my taste. Big brownie points on this guitar for the neck. Now, as I mentioned before, the body is a super high gloss, and as you may know by now, if you've watched any of my other videos, I am not a fan of gloss necks. Don't get me started. If you want to check it out, you can check out some of my other videos that I'll link up above. But this is really nice. Very similar to the Mark HollowKin PRS that I've got. This one goes from that gloss into a satin kind of sheen finish up here, and then comes back into gloss at the top. So it means that the neck is nice and smooth and really easy to kind of maneuver, and you don't get any stickiness building up on the neck. It's a really nice feature and a really nice attention to detail. This is the point of the video where I would normally kind of go on about the negatives of the guitar, and to be completely honest, there aren't really any negatives. It's built fantastically, it sounds amazing, it plays really nicely, really easily, the neck is lovely, the fretboard is lovely. I mean, it looks stunning. That neck is just amazing. Royal Ebony, I think they called it in the description, but I know it as Pale Moon Ebony. But I know it as Pale Moon Ebony. you know, popularized by Sleep Token and their signature Jacksons that they've got. It just looks amazing. I don't really have any negatives about this guitar. If this is your kind of thing and you do metal and hard rock, then this will do everything that you need it to do. It's not cheap for an import model, you know, it's a Korean built guitar, it's an import model, still just under £1,900 at the time of filming this. Whatever that is in your own currency, I'll let you work it out. But it earns that price point because it is a really, really nice guitar. Oh, really sweaty hands. It earns that price point because it's a really nice, really well built and well appointed guitar. Let's talk about, however, the EverTune. Right, I'm not going to get into this too heavily into this video. I want to be bringing positivity to YouTube. I want to be looking at things in as positive way as I possibly can. Doesn't mean I'm not going to be critical of stuff, but what I don't want to do is dump on companies and dump on things that I just don't get on with. So I'm going to kind of breeze over this just a little bit. If you'd like me to do a more in-depth video on it, then please let me know down below in the comments. If you follow me on Instagram for a long enough time, you'll know my hang-ups with EverTune. All I will say for today, let's be tactful. I had a guitar with an EverTune in it, a Solar A 1.7 LB, beautiful, beautiful guitar, similar kind of specs to this sort of thing that we're looking at here. It was amazing, had an EverTune on it. The EverTune developed a fault, and again, not to go too deep into it, but I had a pretty negative experience with the company, with EverTune, and I had a lot of problems getting that problem resolved due to this fault, and it's just tarnished EverTunes for me. They're not for me, they're not my kind of thing. I like a hardtail, that's it. I like a hip shot or a string through with like a Tune-o-matic, all good. I don't really mess with tremolos, I don't really mess with Floyds, and I don't now mess with EverTunes. They're just not for me. I don't trust them. I'll leave it at that. I just don't trust them. So yeah, we'll leave it at that. If you've got your own thoughts and opinions on EverTunes, stick them down below in the comments. I'd love to have a conversation with you politely in the comment section. But yeah, EverTune bridges, they're not for me. So for me personally, that's the only negative of this guitar, but that might be a massive positive for you because I fully appreciate that there are plenty of people in the world who adore EverTune bridges, won't play anything that don't have an EverTune bridge, and certainly I see the advantages and positives of it, but it's just not for me. So that's my only black mark on this guitar, but that's purely personal. I reckon that's probably everything I've got to say about this guitar. This is an absolutely outstanding instrument. It's really, really beautifully crafted, really nicely put together, well designed, ergonomic, sits well on your lap, hangs well when you're standing. It's a really nice guitar. It sounds great, it plays great, it's effortless to play. It's really, really lovely. And I mean, come on, that fretboard. There's just something about that Pale Moon Ebony, it's just amazing. And I tell you what, whenever we do a gig, it doesn't matter what guitar I'm playing, it doesn't matter how fancy it is, everyone's looking at Bo's guitar because this neck is outstanding, and I fully appreciate this is way more beautiful than any of the fretboards on any of my guitars. Looks awesome. If this is your thing, definitely consider this if you're a metal guitarist and you're looking for a new guitar. This is awesome. Thank you so much for joining me for the video today, everybody. I hope you've enjoyed this. Let me know down below in the comment section what you think. What do you think about EverTune bridges? Are they your kind of thing, or are you kind of on my side of the fence where they're just not your thing? Let me know down below. I'd be really interested to have a conversation with you down there, and we'll have a chat politely. If you'd be so kind, I'd really appreciate a thumbs up down below, and if you feel so inclined, I would absolutely love it if you would subscribe and come on this chug journey together with me, and we'll mix it up in another video in the future. Thanks so much for joining me today, everybody. Really appreciate you being here, and I'll catch you again soon. Take care. In a bit.